Sister Juju. Sister Reese told me that she'd been serving as a sister in Arteria for years before she arrived here. We should be about the same age, but she's much more put together than I am. I tried to act like some wise mentor ready to show her the ropes, too. I couldn't be more embarrassed. Father Genus. Those of us who are free today are giving the cathedral a much-needed cleaning. It is an old building after all. The only way it will continue to live on is if we maintain it. I'll help you clean. Give me a job. So the girl has taken to helping Sister Marble, has she? You mean Sister Reese? Yes, she has. She's such a quick learner. Having her at the cathedral has been a great help to all of us. Is that so? Suppose it's fine then. He so totally knows that she's a spy. Reese Argent, huh? Very well. I leave her under your tutelage, Sister Hatina. Yes, Archbishop, I will teach her all she needs to know. Do you have anything to say? Sister Reese is a very quick learner. She's been a tremendous help to all of us. I wonder why Archbishop Rvalda is so concerned about her. Because he knows she's a spy. He's not dumb. I see. The curriculum here appears to be quite advanced. Though I suppose that isn't much of a surprise for a city as modern as this. We work with some rather high-level material, it's true, but I think you'll find the children are the same no matter where they go. Where you go. I need a drink. Ran out of coffee. That may very well be the case. By the way, Sister Reese, there's something I've been meaning to ask you. Would you happen to be the younger sister of a Rufina Argent? Who the heck is that? You knew my older sister? Just as I thought. I had a feeling you were related when I learned your last name. Your sister helped me numerous times before her passing. Oh, is that so? Say, Sister Marble, I have a favor to ask. Not another word, dear. You're following the same path she did, aren't you? I owe Rufina more than I can express. Your secret's safe with me, even from the Archbishop. However, may I offer a single word of advice? Don't overexert yourself while you're here, all right? I'm sure your sister would wish the best for you, too. I understand. Thank you for your concern. Rufina. Interesting. We're learning things. Well, everyone, are your duties taking you out in the rain today? Be sure you don't catch a cold. We got to see a cute Sully scene, and we learned a little bit about Reese. Sister Reese seemed so quiet and reserved. I was worried that she might have trouble fitting in, but thankfully she and Sister Juju broke the ice yesterday evening while they were on supper duty. They ended up chatting the night away, talking about the city's tastiest eateries. I see. Okay, let's go back to the city and continue with the quest we're working on. This is the first floor. Lotus Heights in the downtown district. This should be the place. Excuse me, is anyone home? No answer. Is it locked? Yeah, it's bolted tight. Maybe I'm just imagining things, but I feel like I can sense someone inside. Really? Ah, the old pretend you're not home and maybe they'll go away trick. So what now? Is this the part where we get to barge in without a warrant? As much as I hate indulging you, we may have to consider it if there's no other options. What was that? is the sound of someone tipping their hand. Which means your intuition was spot on. Let's just give them one more chance. Excuse me, we know you're in there. We'd like to ask you a few questions. Someone's stubborn. You don't suppose they build out the window? It'd be a real problem if they did. Are you the ones making all that racket? What's going on here? Oh, sorry about that. We're with the Crossbell Police Special Support Section. We're here to speak with the tenant of this apartment. Do either of you know who lives here? Well, of course I do, but before that, how about you start telling us what's going on? Sure thing. It's not really your business, though? Lloyd explained that the SSS was investigating suspicious changes of residents. So that's the way of it. You need to ID the resident in this unit here. I think I may owe you all an apology in that case. Why? Well, to tell you the truth, that used to be my apartment not too long ago. Oh, so you're Gaitner then? Yep, I'm the dummy who forgot to submit his change of residence notice. There should still be enough time to get one in, though. So consider the message received. I'll have it done by the end of the day. Thank you. That would be a great help. On that note, would you mind sharing with us why you chose to move? Of course. It was a bit of a twist of fate, actually. I was working as a trader before I screwed up and lost everything a year ago. That's how I wound up here. Recently, an old business associate of mine decided to lend me a hand after hearing about what had happened. They offered me a job in Calvard a couple of weeks ago, and I accepted it on the spot. If that's the case, what are you still doing here? Just dropping by. I figured I should thank everyone in the building who supported me when I needed it the most. I don't know where I'd be if not for them. It was nothing special, my friend. All right, thanks for being honest with us, Gaithner. Now we just need to know more about the new resident. Ah, right. Is there something specific we should know about them? Well, thing is, this particular tenant's situation is a bit unusual. Let me have a try. Hello, this is Tance. Anybody in there? If you are, mind opening up? These folks here are with the police. They're not here to hurt anybody. They just need to identify you. Ah, open sesame. Do what you have to do. Just try not to cause too much of a commotion. Of course. Thanks for your cooperation. Pardon us, sir. Are you here to mock me? Huh? I asked if you came to mock me. I'm sure you'd love nothing more than to stick it to the illustrious Diet member who fell off his perch and into the gutters. Wait, I know you. This must be Representative Gable of the Imperial faction. Well, former representative anyway. Wait, is this the guy who was in the hospital the whole time? You were lying low. It is. You were lying low at St. Ursula after your corruption was exposed, as I recall. So you know my story. Well, you found your man. What are you going to do with me now? I'll have you know I'm completely broke, mirrorless. I wouldn't even be able to afford this apartment if not for the mercy of an old acquaintance of mine. Is that why you're here? To use me for what few connections I have left? No, of course not. We're only here to verify who the current occupant of the room is. So, just to confirm, Mr. Gable, that your current occupant, would be you, correct? Yes, you've got the right of it. That's all we need to know. As long as there isn't anything illicit going on here, you're fine. I do have one question, though. Why use such a ridiculous name on your change of residence form? Don't tell me you actually expected to fool anyone with a name like that. It was an instant red flag. That it was, unless you're dealing with the rise of a literal ghostwriter here. Right. Truth is, I've always been a big fan of Sean Arnham's. It was the only name I could come up with when I was staring at the form. Oh, so that's why. It's true that Sean Arnham's work is appropriate for all ages, I suppose. No shame in being young at heart. Or you could just put your name on the form, like a normal person. That's one way to spin it. Shut up. Just leave me be already. You got what you came for. Now get out of my house. Yes, please excuse us. I think it's time, Lloyd. Right. We'll be going now. I never expected to run into Representative Gable of all people. All things considered, he may still be better off than some of the other former Diet members. Agreed, though once you ended up getting arrested in the wake of the cult incident, have it way worse. I'd say they got what they deserved, but good luck convincing them of that. The big takeaway here is that your past misdeeds will always come back to haunt you. That's just the way this world works. Still, I'm sure he can turn his luck around if he works hard and mends his old ways. I still have hope that Mr. Gable and all the other ex-representatives can be reformed to find peace. Hopefully Ernest can do the same too one day. Our leader isn't just fearless, he's also oh so compassionate. And on that note, why don't we go grab some drinks at Trinity? We could use a few after all that talking. You're telling me. We're still on duty, you know? Anyway, that takes care of everything we needed to check on downtown. Let's head over to the next area of our investigation. Which hopefully is written down, because I don't remember where it is. Detective Notebook. Where am I? No, not Help Manual. Chapter 1. Where are we? Confirmed details, residential district, adjacent to McDowell. Oh, the Fisherman's Guild. How could I forget about the Fisherman's Guild? It's like the most important one. Grayish Day, Grayish Quest. Yeah. But fishing. Currently under renovation, Imperial Fishing Club. It's the same as the last time we came. Are you sure you don't know what happened here, Lloyd? Not a clue. Honestly, I haven't been keeping up with the Fisherman's Guild at all recently. Hold on. It looks like the door's unlocked. Smarmy little, and you call yourself a fisherman. What he said. We're not going to stand for you strong-arming us out like this. Did you hear that, Lloyd? I recognize those voices. Let's check it out. Who is that? Excuse us? Oh. And who might you be? Huh? Wait. It's Lloyd. You came at just the right time. Go ahead and tell them, Lloyd. The Crossbell branch of the Fisherman's Guild is a place where all anglers are supposed to stand together as comrades, rod to rod. Back up. What's going on here? So you belong to the Fisherman's Guild, do you? Have you come to voice your petty grievances as well? Well, it's true that I'm a member, but Lloyd flashed his detective notebook to the man and explained that they were in the middle of an official investigation. You're investigating suspicious addresses? I suppose it's true that we submitted the residency form before registering as a business. Allow me to introduce myself then. My name is Lord Lakelord III. What a name. Otherwise known as the heir of Erebonia's Lakelord Company, the leading fishing equipment manufacturer in all of Zemuria. As for the Imperial Fishing Club, it is none other than the professional angling association that I represent. The Lakelord Company. Have you heard of it, Lloyd? Yeah, any fisherman worth his bait would be familiar with the Lakelord name. Like you said, it's the #1 fishing gear brand on the continent. You can't cast a rod anywhere without seeing their stuff. Wow, they're that prolific? But what business would an heir to an imperial company have in Crossbell? That business, of course, is to further expand the reach of my glorious Imperial Fishing Club. You're standing in our newest foothold. Here, it's all in the fine print, officers. Let me take a look at that. It's the rental agreement for the building. Everything here checks out. The current tenant is the Imperial Fishing Club. Now do you understand? You can't let him get away with this, Lloyd. He's trying to usurp the Fisherman's Guild. That's right. He snatched that lease away from the branch manager, Ser Dan, without even discussing it with him. This cockabully spared no Mira convincing the real estate company to transfer it over. We might have been a tad forceful, but I assure you that we followed all legal processes. Furthermore, this establishment was being wasted on commoners such as yourselves. Ah, lots of nobleman jerks in this chapter of the game, I see. The Fisherman's Guild views angling as no more than a hobby or pastime. That's to say nothing of your shoddy equipment. Hey, don't forget, I'm a member too. This discussion is over. We've made our case perfectly clear. Now kindly leave so you can report back to this Sir Dan of yours. I'll leave the rest to you, Salem. Yes, sir. Don't run away, you coward. That's right, this isn't over. Something tells me he's not coming back. How did this even happen? We can't just let them get away with it. Right, stealing our branch out from under us crosses every fishing line at once. Branch manager Sir Dan's going to want to hear about this too. He'll know what to do. Hey, Peter, what's going on? I'm still a little confused. Oh, that's right. You've been absent for a while, Lloyd. First things first, let's get out of the rain and talk somewhere else. I'll call the branch manager and have him meet us at Garant Jazz Bar in the back alley. We'll be sure to wait up for you, Lloyd. The two of us are gonna go on ahead for now. See you there. I wonder what caused all this. I'm not entirely sure, but we're going to have to follow up if we want an answer. Let's head to the jazz bar. So much. But we didn't talk to Imelda today. I've been keeping tabs on what's happening with the Rivache lots. Not that I'll need to for long. Soon that place is going to have Heiyu's name on it. If only I'd known beforehand, I would have snatched it up first and resold it to them at a higher price. Right, Imelda dabbles in real estate. How could I forget? I am poor. Nothing over here, okay. But hey, we can walk over here. That's something. Hey Lloyd, glad to see you made it. Sorry to drag you out all this way. Now that we're all here though, it's time to begin the meeting. First, we have to fill you in on the details, Lloyd. Truth is, our guild branch has been on hiatus these last few months. You can think of it as self-imposed suspension. Suspension? Yep, it's because the man behind that horrible incident, Joaquin, was one of our members. Yep. Once the dust settled, we all decided to take some time off to re-examine ourselves. But his actions were his own. You shouldn't feel responsible for them. Sure, we weren't directly involved in the incident and certainly didn't do anything criminal, but Joaquin was still one of our own, a guild brother. And yet, not once did we see any signs of the sinister man plotting beneath the surface. In all honesty, we owe a heavy debt to society for failing to notice. Sir Dan. Well, let's set that aside for now. About a week ago, I received a notice from the real estate agency that manages our building. Perhaps it was because of our hiatus, but they claimed the property was abandoned and declared our contract null and void. Can they do that if you're still paying your bills? Is that like a thing? They then informed us that they'd signed a new contract with the Imperial Fishing Club. We tried getting in contact with the Imperial Fishing Club ourselves, but it didn't go well. And when we dropped by the branch today, their representative was in there acting like he owned the place. I mean, sure, that's what the contract says, but we didn't learn the truth about it until today. The rest you already know, Lloyd. This is a little more complicated than I was expecting, but I think I understand the situation. Yes, our building has been usurped by the Imperial Fishing Club, headed by their heir of the Lakelord company himself. As a fellow angler, I take no issue with them wanting to expand their horizons, but not at our expense, and especially not through the use of coercion. I don't even understand why they hate us so much in the first place. It's harassment, plain and simple. Still, what can we even do about it? Other than bide our time, nothing for now. So we can't just sit back and let this spell the end of the Fisherman's Guild Crossbell's branch. So while it was shorter than I would have liked, we have no other choice but to end our hiatus. Then in that case, the Crossbell branch of the Fisherman's Guild is officially back in business. Nice, I've been waiting for this. However, all members will be starting over at the amateur fisher rank. I'm also going to have to suspend the rank certification exam too. Huh? Wait, hold on a second. You can't be serious, can you? I mean, I'm a master fisher. Not anymore, you aren't. We're kicking things off with a clean slate, no exceptions. All that hard work. Oh, now it's not so bad, Copen. You'll move up the ranks in no time once the exam returns. Easy for you to say, you stalled out at the hobbyist fisher rank. Okay, let's settle down, Copen. I guess that means I'm losing my rank too. To make up for it, I'll supply you all with new fishing gear. Here, boys, take these. Primary rod, fishing notebook. Ooh, thank you. All right, I'll just leave you guys to it. As for me, I'm going to get to work on finding us a new office. Let's meet up again soon. We can share any updates we have then, especially if they're about the Imperial Fishing Club's up to. Yeah, got it. Well, that took a while, but we finally got to the bottom of what's happening at the old Fisherman's Guild building. Yeah, we've done all we can on this end. Anyway, I think that just about wraps up the investigation. Let's return to the Civic Center and give our reports. About fishing. At various locations, you will find fishing spots marked by ripples on the water's surface. Upon inspecting a fishing spot, you can choose a rod and bait, then have Lloyd cast his line. When the exclamation point mark pops up, quickly press circle to reel in Lloyd's catch. Be careful, the fish can get away with the baits. Fishing spots within Crossbell City are located in the Harbor District and Residential District.